Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. And today we're gonna make a quick review of all the letters, inshallah. It's gonna be more about writing, but also we're gonna try to read it. I know I have a class, sister just reminded me, a class that I think it's actually starts at Aisha time, which is at 9:28. So it's not really 9:20. I believe it's 9:28 for the class for the sheikh. So inshallah, if we can start straight to it, we're gonna do the examples here. Let's write those letters together, and once we write them, we're gonna pronounce them. So I want you to start writing, and at the end, I'll share with you the answers, and we'll move on. So please go ahead and write the answers. Always remember that you're going to be writing from right to left, top to bottom. First the forms, then the dots, and finally the accents. So please do that. And once we finish this row, we'll move on to the next row. And don't forget, after you write it down, to read the words loudly on your end. Okay, so I'll share with you the answers. The answers should look something like this. And let's read them together. This is ha, sa, da, na, ka, sa, ta, ra. We're going to do the same thing over here. So write down the words. I'll give you some time, and then I'll share with you the answers. After you write down the word, also pronounce it loudly to yourself and with the Fath'a accent. Go ahead, please. Always top to bottom, right to left. As you can probably hear, I'm also doing it with you using my mouth. And what I'm gonna do is, once I finish the second row, I'm gonna share with you the answers for the first two rows. We're gonna read them together, and then I'm gonna do the third row with you so that you see how the pen is moving and making sure that you guys are doing it the right way. So let me share with you again the answers for the first two rows. Okay. Compare it to your answers, make sure they look fine. If not, make the right corrections. So this is ka, sa, ba, fa, a, la, ja, ma, a, ba, qa, dha, ha, ba, ba, a, fa. Okay, so I'm going to clear the first two rows and we're going to do the third and the fourth together. So that I want you to be looking at my pen and see how I'm writing to make sure that that's how you're actually also moving your pen. Okay, so if you want to watch how my mouse is moving on the screen, always right to left, move straight to the left, stop to the head of ja and ra. Then I can put the dots at the end. Okay, or you can put the dots after each of the letters when you're done with them, but I usually do it at the end of the entire word, and finally the accents. Okay, sha, ja, ra. How do we write za? First this, then the dot, then the fatha. The head is like this. It loses the tail, links to ma, which has a tail down, and then we'll put the fatha. Za, a, ma. Ha in the beginning will lose the tail. Da as well, right? And ra. Ha, da, ra. Va, la, ma. Va, la, ma. So try to pronounce this ahead of me pronouncing it all by yourself. Make sure that you're getting these letters correctly. The letters that you are not getting correct, write them down on your notebook on the side. You know, make a list of all the letters that you are pronouncing wrong, so that you can go back to the lessons that cover those letters and make sure you master them again, right? So you want to make sure you have a list of the letters that you are weak at. If you know all the letters and you are confident with them and you're pronouncing them exactly how I am pronouncing them, then don't worry about them. So we'll read this again. This is na, za, ra. This is a heavy letter. And this is ba, sa, ta. Okay. I'm going to clear this. And what we're going to do here, we're going to stop. Next time, we're going to start talking about the second sound, or second accent. I'm going to give you an example here. This is a. When it's on top, it's a, as we have learned. When it's in the bottom, now it sounds as e. So this is a, and this is e. So if we do that, we have learned two sounds of a letter. Now in the beginning, if you remember, I told you in the introduction, in the first session, that a letter, and we used the letter ba as an example. We said it can have four sounds. That's actually technically wrong. It can have more than four sounds, but I don't want to scare you for now. It can have a lot more than four sounds, but there are four basic sounds, and the other sounds are based on those four sounds. So the four basic sounds are ba, bi, bu, b. And then there's ben, bin, bun. So, and then there's shadda with them. So there's more sounds, but they're all based on the first four that I mentioned in the first lesson. So once we master the first four basic sounds, everything else will be easy, inshallah. So quickly, whenever we have the accent on top, a straight line, that's a Fath'a. Whenever it's in the bottom, it's a straight line on the bottom, that will be a Kasra. And you no longer smile, the Fath'a, you make a smile and you say ba, whereas here you say bi, you kind of close your mouth, b, b. So this is ba, b, ta, ti, tha, thi, and so on. I'm not going to go into details today, so we're going to do that tomorrow. But what I want to do today is read a little bit of Quran with you, inshallah. We're going to take a surah, and let's read from here. And this time, even though I didn't start with the Kasra, I will be mentioning the Kasra correctly if I see some. So here, this is, if it had Fath'a, it would have been A, but since there is a Kasra, it's E. E, the wiggly symbol we didn't learn yet, so I'll ignore. This with a Fath'a is Na. This with a Fath'a is Ma. We'll talk about this in the future. Without Hamza, what we do, how we deal with it. Also, this is a future topic. This with a Fath'a is La. This with a Fath'a is Ma. This Hamza, when it's on top of another letter, Hamza, if it's on top or the bottom of another letter, it overcomes it, okay? So you ignore the wa here and you only pronounce the a. If there's a Fath'a, you say a. This letter, if it had a Fath'a, it would have been ma. But now that we're introducing the kasra, so instead of ma, it would be mi. A tooth with a dot on top is na with a Fath'a. A wall, wa, na, later. This is la with the Fath'a. We learned it to be the. So with the kasra, it will be the, right? So the, if it had a Fath'a, with the kasra, it is the. This with a Fath'a would be ya. This with a Fath'a is na. This Hamza with a Fath'a is pronounced as a. This is ma. With a Fath'a, this will be na. Again, with a Fath'a, this will be wa. This, we learned that with a Fath'a is ba, with a Kasra is b. We have two la here, la and then la. And this will be, if with a Kasra, he is the right answer. He. Because with the Fath'a is ha, with the Kasra, he. This is wa, ra. This letter with a Fath'a would have been sa. This with a Fath'a is wa. This is with a Kasra is li. And this is he. Again, we saw it here. We'll see it again here. This symbol, we'll talk about it in the future sessions. Wa. Hamza here with a Kasra e. The. Ka. Forget about this straight line for now. This, assuming a Fath'a, would be na. This with a Fath'a is wa. This is ma. This is a. And this, assuming with a Fath'a, would be ha. So as usual, I advise that tomorrow you read a page of the Quran. Try to also now pay attention to accents as well. The accents that you don't know, instead of them, assume there's a Fath'a and pronounce them with a Fath'a. But when you start seeing the Kasra, which is the same shape as a Fath'a, but it's under the letters, I wanted to try to guess at the sound, right? So instead of na, it would be ni if it was down here. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك